So now that Naruto to Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connection is out and people are able to get their hands on the game, I'm pretty sure by now you've seen so many of your favorite YouTubers making videos showcasing characters and doing whatever they have to do to make it exciting and to make it entertaining for you guys to watch. However, these people, they are going to be able to make their money back after the first 2 videos that they'll be making. You as the individual, the consumer, you have to pay 60 bones, 60 euros, dollars, whatever it is that you spend on this game, to find out that this game is actually mediocre, like something you should have been able to see from day one, but you chose to allow your fanboyism and your nostalgia completely and utterly blind you. I'm looking at the Steam reviews right now, but that's what we're going to do for this entire video. We're just going to look at what people are saying about the game now that they got their hands on it. The game is currently sitting at a mostly negative review. I have never seen a Naruto game sit at a mostly negative review before, ever. And I have been playing this game since Storm 1. Now obviously Storm 1 wasn't available at Steam at the time, but what I mean is that I've been a fan of this series for quite some time. Mostly negative review. That is the first, to be quite fair. Now let's see what actually is keeping this game at a mostly negative review, and let's see if we could have perceived this to happen. Like, could we have foreseen this happening? Were there signs? Were there possibly hints left by the lack of marketing, the lack of trailer, the lack of advertisement that this game had to go through, the fact that most of us only knew this game was coming out because of the fan base? Were there any hints that the game was more of a DLC expansion package rather than a fully fledged out game with content that matches the value of the cast? I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just here to gloat. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's look at the first review. Let me make this quick for you. It's a completely unacceptable to release a multiplayer fighting game in 2023 where you can't play with your friends. The history mode is the worst of any Storm game. The game only adds about 10ish new characters, not including the season pass. The game is essentially a DLC for Storm 4. Isn't it interesting that I was able to tell you guys this way before this game even came out? The amount of coping, the amount of half-faith at CC2, the amount of, let CC2 cook. They cooked, they burned their dish. I'm sorry to tell you this, when you stop looking at CC2 as this type of friend of yours that is, I don't know how to put it, like the weird relationship that some of you guys have with game companies is weird. They are a business. They serve you. You are their king and queens. You are not at their behest. They are at your behest. You are the one in control. If you continue to allow them to provide you dog shit and you reward them for it, they're gonna think that's okay for them to continue to do this. CC2 has had a history of regressive decision making. They are the only company, if I'm being honest with you, where they would have one of the most passionate communities out there, literally spending their time, and time is a very valuable thing. They will be the one and only company who will have a community that will use their time to give them feedback on what they should improve in the series. No one but God could possibly know what they were thinking in removing one of the most basic ass features that every freaking game company that develops a fighting game has done. The fact that they're actually telling you they're going to be releasing a feature that should have been day one, that has been day one since Storm 2, as a post-launch update, is unfathomable. And some of you guys are trying to cope with that situation. I'm sorry, this isn't even like coping. You guys are just straight up. You literally allowed yourself to fall into CC2's Tsukiyomi at this point, because it's ridiculous how you guys just walked into this. You put 50 bones of your money. You saw the signs. I can't even fault CC2 at this point. You people saw the signs, but you willingly chose to walk into it. Let's look at another review. Online custom matchmaking will be implemented post-launch. It's 2023. Indie fighting games have rolled back netcode. Naruto Day 1 release, no private matches. What they did What the did I just buy an early access game? Wow! You know what's funny to me? I was able to perceive this. I was able to see it coming from a mile away. And somehow, everybody else felt like CC2 was cooking. I don't know what channels you guys are watching, to be honest, really, because those channels lie to you. Whatever channels that you're watching, this is why I called this out years ago. That, you know, in the anime community, we have something called hype beast. And the job of a hype beast is to only hype you up. They do not think critically. They don't care. Sorry, let me rephrase that. They care too much about the opinions of their fan base. They are afraid of seeing dislikes in their channels. They are not willing to tell you the truth. That's why we need critical warriors. That's another term I came up with, which are people like myself who will tell you exactly what you need to hear, and whether you like it or not is irrelevant because it is the truth. You need someone like me. Oh, and yes, I don't post videos all the time, to be honest, really, but I'm a big fan of the Naruto series, and it's very disappointing that it released in the way that it released. Let's look at another review. Naruto's Storm Connection is a huge letdown. It's too bare bones to sell as a full-priced game, and every time CC2 takes a step forward, it also takes 2 steps back. This is a very common trend with CC2. I just don't understand what in God's name is going on with these people. And an even bigger pain is the removal of tilt movement, like I said. Why? Because most characters actually don't get a real second jutsu. They just move their tilt move to their second jutsu and made it cost chakra instead. The character that actually have 2 jutsus feel awesome, but they're far too in between. That's a very good point. CC2 took a massive shortcut. If they really wanted to sell us this game, every ninja in the Naruto franchise has 2 jutsus. They could have put their butts into it and actually created brand new jutsus for every character in the game. That would have vastly improved the quality, or at least the value of the game, but instead they took the easy route. And like I said, like he said anyways, not every person has a great tilt move at the time. Some tilt moves were just trash or basic or even useless. Having it as a second jutsu doesn't suddenly make it awesome or better in that sense. I'm gonna skip this a little bit because I think he already said the things I've said. Yeah, only 10 characters, some of them are gonna be held up as DLC. Yeah. This game is being destroyed in the reviews. Sea of just negative reviews. I don't know. And you know what? In my last video, I was excusing people who were buying this game to play with their friends. My God, you can't even play with your friends, so that wasn't even worth it at all. But yeah, actually, now that I think about it, the people who bought the game, they didn't refund it actually, because if you refunded it, they'll show it here, refunded. So most of the people who reviewed it negatively are still keeping the game, probably hoping it will get patched out and all that stuff. But yeah, this should not have been released in this form whatsoever. The only person I saw that called this out was Globku when he did his review, but aside from that, I don't see too many people calling it out, if I'm being honest with you. I think we're in the stage of coping, trying to find the positive aspect of the game, only focusing on the positive aspect of the game. And there's also the whole, shiny new toy, so they're not really seeing the game for what it actually is. That's gonna wane out. Time will pass. I'll give it 2 weeks and everyone's gonna be on the internet bitching and complaining this game came out in such a horrible state. Something I predicted long ago, bro. It's funny to me. But anyways, yeah, that's just a short video of me. There's not much else to say. If you wanna buy this game for the story mode, don't. Just watch it on YouTube. No, really, I'm being dead ass. Watch it on YouTube. And then wait for the game to come on sale and you can play the event for yourself. Yeah, that's about it really. I'll see you guys next time.